just slammed on the brake, and thankfully the motorcycle came to a stop without me losing control of the motorcycle, although I could hear the rear skid. What's nice about the Himalayan is that this is a motorcycle that is in no hurry to get anywhere. When you're deciding on what vehicle to buy, what motorcycle to buy, also try and figure out what is it that machine likes to do best, and is that what you like to do best too? Hi folks, hope you're doing well. I've stepped out on a ride on the Himalayan. It's a little late in the morning, it's closer to 9 in the morning, but we were supposed to begin earlier and I was supposed to be riding the Fat Boy with one of my buddies who was also to ride his Fat Boy. But then his motorcycle broke down, got delayed, so I've decided to take the Himalayan out because I'm doing a slightly different route. I'm going to be riding on Kanakapura road today, and today I want to ride a bit. This is not going to be a short city ride. I'm going to ride on Kanakapura road, go towards a place called Halguru. That's about 80 kilometers from here, and then find our way on the same route, Mandya district beyond that, and not really riding out with any agenda in mind. You know, I just want to ride. That's the whole plan. So stick around and see how this turns out. Yeah, so I'll accordingly calibrate my ride. I'm on the Himalayan, by the way, so I won't be able to ride very fast if you're on your GS. Be careful. Well, I was speaking to Joe. He's the person whose motorcycle broke down. He's my friend with the 1250 GS. I think we did one of the videos earlier. He was also accompanying me when I did the Murugan Idli Motovlog. If you haven't caught them, I'm going to place links in the description below, and perhaps also to one of them somewhere here. So Joseph has also acquired a Fat Boy. He used to ride Harleys earlier. So anyway, long story short, he was going to ride with me on his Fat Boy, but he had a battery issue, we think, so he had to abort. But turns out he was going to try and meet me somewhere en route on his GS. So let's see how that goes. You make plans in life, things happen, and then you modify those plans along the way. So life continues, life carries on, life doesn't stop just because something has happened. So I'm going to be riding on the state highway today. This is the Kanakapura route, and that's why I felt the Himalayan would be the perfect motorcycle for it, as opposed to the Fat Boy. Also, since I'm solo, you know, I can just park the motorcycle anywhere, not have to worry about it too much. The Fat Boy is a people magnet. Attracts too much attention. Always signal before you change lanes, or before you decide to change lanes. See what's coming. A chap in the car behind almost nicked me as he decided to change lane just before stopping at a traffic light. This is an appeal to motorists, people in four-wheelers. You know, be mindful of those on two-wheelers. You know, they're completely exposed. So for your mistake, for your folly, you may just swipe them and you may not even feel it. But the chap on the two-wheeler, you know, could have a nasty spill, hurt himself really bad. or worse. That's the chap. He doesn't care about niceties, I suppose. Anyways, also I'm doing this long ride after a very long time. I think today I should probably do about 250-300 kilometers. That's the goal that I've set for myself. Return trip. You have to be a little more mindful than usual, because you're on the road after a while, and perhaps many people are also, you know, doing these long drives or long rides after a long time. So, you know, things get a little rusty. So therefore I'm going to really take my time, go slow. I'm in no hurry. I want to enjoy the ride today, and like I always try to do, but today in particular I'm not going to really give in to the urge or temptation to be quick for whatever reason. Vajrahalli on Kanakapura road. I think Indian roads are like obstacle courses. They are patience teachers, whether it's the auto, the heavy traffic, or the car who is really sitting, chilling out, basically, chewing the cud. All of them inculcate in you a sense of discipline. They are your patience gurus. So two ways to approach it. One is to get flustered, but then the only person getting flustered, the only person getting impacted with that is you. Or the other way is to just stay calm and say, this is what it is. Embrace it. Embrace the chaos. Embrace the odd motorcyclist who decides to turn right just in front of you. Embrace the car who is basically going about her business, chewing the cud. And then you will find this calm. What's nice about the Himalayan is that this is a motorcycle that is in no hurry to get anywhere. It goes about at its own pace. So if you're somebody who likes to relax, who likes to take it easy, chill out, I think this is a great motorcycle. On the contrary, if you're somebody who's always, you know, edgy, wanting to get somewhere really quick, this isn't the motorcycle for you. You know, when people look at motorcycles, they look at technical specs, they look at horsepower, they look at suspensions, height, seat height, all of that, fuel economy, etc. You know, they look at all the tech specs, which is fine, but I think what's important when you're buying a vehicle, whether it's a motorcycle or a car, is to also try and assess if the personality of the motorcycle, the personality of the vehicle, or the character of the vehicle. Sounds weird when I say it, but I personally think it makes a lot of sense to check out what the character of the vehicle is, to check out what's the nature of the vehicle, and then also try and see if that's what goes with what you like to do, what you want to do. If you're the sort who wants to get somewhere in a hurry, if you want to zip out of traffic lights, be the first person out, then this Himalayan is definitely not the vehicle for you. It's not a vehicle that will allow you to, you know, weave in and out of traffic. It's a big vehicle relatively to other motorcycles. It doesn't do a 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or 4 seconds. It'll take its time. It'll do 60, it'll do 80, but it'll take its time getting there. And you have to be patient while it's doing its thing, because if you push it, that's not what the motorcycle is designed to do. So either you'll create problems for yourself or for the motorcycle, or worse, for both. So therefore, when you're deciding on what vehicle to buy, what motorcycle to buy, also try and figure out what is the character of the vehicle. What is it that that machine likes to do best? And is that what you like to do best too? Then, well, you have a match made in heaven. In motorcycling heaven. Well, while riding on earth, of course. That's beautiful. So I've been on this route when we went to Babu Idli Hotel, where they make the Chiblu Idli in Halaguru. We also went to Kote Idli in Kanakapura, and closer to Mysore we went to the Bannur Military Hotel. So when I did those drives, I always thought I should probably ride on this route too. I mean, there is a bit of traffic, and also the fact that most of the stretch is undivided roads, and there's road work happening here and there. But I think it's a scenic sort of a route. You see farmlands on both sides, you see plenty of tree cover, you have hills in the distance, you cross lakes. So it's a nice route to just chill out and ride. Of course, if you ride earlier in the morning, earlier in the day, I'm sure it'll be a lot nicer, because the traffic won't be as much. I love these old banyan trees, people trees on the side of the road. I think that's a tamarind tree. Or a neem tree, I'm not sure. Beautiful. That was a close shave. I was on the left, of course, because there's no route, there's no road to drive, to ride, and the tractor suddenly decides to turn left. Thankfully the brakes held, and the motorcycle, I was able to keep control. That was scary. I think if I was faster, I would have rammed directly into that tractor. We are in Harohalli. You know, I can't emphasize on that enough. Always look out, always be mindful of what's happening around you when you're on the motorcycle. And in any vehicle, but more so in the motorcycle. Because you're completely exposed and all sorts of things will happen. I can make light of the situation now, but it could have easily gone worse. Narrow road, traffic on all sides. I'm puttering around on the left, probably at under 40, and suddenly this tractor decides to take a left turn with a trailer. Just slammed on the brake, and thankfully the motorcycle came to a stop without me losing control of the motorcycle, although I could hear the rear skid, but managed to stay in control of the vehicle. And the only reason I was able to do that, not because I have super riding skills or I'm a stunt rider or anything like that, just because I was managing my speed, and also because I was somehow mindful. If I had reacted maybe a split second later, I would have hit the tractor. That's beautiful. Lilies or lotuses in the lake. And I think that also is a bit of a lesson to say that try and avoid riding on the left, especially when you have traffic, and heavy traffic at that. Hello? Yeah, so you come there. Well, that was Joseph Cherian. It turns out he's going to join me after all. So he's going to be riding to Halguru. That's where we will meet. But he'll take 2.5 hours to get there. So I will have to probably kill some time somewhere, because I am only about 35 minutes away from Halguru. So I think we'll make a stop at Kanakapura, and in Kanakapura I have heard of this Vasu hotel. Masala dosa aagte the. Fantastic.
Super masala dosa, sir.
Super masala dosa.
This is a dosa that is happiest along with the palya and that gembu chutney in the companionship of that urgadle chutney. I think after riding 50 kilometers, this coffee is perfect to rejuvenate and recharge you for the journey ahead.
Well, that was a delicious breakfast at Vasu Hotel, Kanakapura. So I don't know if you will find the full review of the masala dosa that I tasted along with a couple of items in this video. If it's not here, you will find a link to that video or somewhere up here. For now, it's time to continue on our journey here on Kanakapura Road. Well, it turns out Joe has joined us. He's on his GS, BMW GS. So I timed it in such a way that I would spend about an hour at Vasu Hotel, Kanakapura, and it just turned out to be perfect. So of course I'm on my Himalayan 400cc. Joseph is on his BMW GS 1200. It's a bit scary when you look at that motorcycle bearing down on you in the rear view of your relatively smaller Himalayan. But I think on this stretch of the road, this highway which isn't too wide, only 2 lanes, I think there isn't too much of a difference in the manner in which we will get to our destination. You know, the Himalayan 60 is cruising speed, 60 to 80, but at that speed the GS just starts getting warmed up. So Joe asked me to take the lead and ride in front. I'm sure he may find it a little frustrating to slow down, to constantly keep slowing down behind me. Love that. Flame of the forest. I think that's what it's called, if I'm not mistaken. This is a wonderful route to drive to Mysuru. Of course, the first 40-50 kilometers till you get to Kanakapura is a bit patchy because there's some road work happening. I'm sure when the road work is finally complete, it'll be great. But once you cross Kanakapura, at least this stretch till Halaguru is brilliant.